I said I was going to do a Halloween marathon, and um, so let's do this. My top five favorite animated. I'm going to be doing a few like top fives of you know, different Halloween themed stuff, and I'm going to go to animated. I'm going to go to live action, and I'm going to go to the Nick Jr. stuff. Yes, I am, because it can fill in some void for the the time. It will fill in some void. Starting with a bonus six is Rocket Power the Night Before. Always loved this episode. I've always loved the Eddie character. I think Eddie is awesome. I'm probably gonna do a character spotlight episode one day, or character spotlight video. But if this was only maybe like character, kind of what a character like a character based episode, what usually the Simpsons always do, that would be like up, like top three, but it kind of isn't. You have a mischief night, and that's just it. Okay, starting number five. That is Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Nightmare in Retroville. This was a really good episode. I love the whole aspect of Jimmy creating a gadget that can make you into a real. I think it's one of my favorite gadgets of his. I think it's my favorite, one of them at least, where you can actually turn into the monster you want to be. If you want to be, you know, whatever, you can be that character. I mean, it's like over 102. I might be wrong, but you got a lot of really cool characters you can be. And yeah, always dig this. And I liked the font. Very cool. Next is As Told by Ginger, my favorite cartoon. At least a NickToon. Um, I Spy a Witch. This is like you have, you know, good stories. You get Carl, who wants to contact Maud to help him bring his Halloween, his pranks back, and get that mojo back. It's a bit sad, but you still have a good atmospheric story with Halloween, and still just a fun time watching it. I miss these cartoons. Number three is Rugrats Candy Bar Creep Show. I really love the whole. You have Reptar bars. You have these, the haunted house. Always liked haunted house episodes. Home Improvement, Roseanne, and this was still in the beginning. I believe it was the ninth. I might be wrong, but earlier episode of the show, and you had the music that. Oh, you got Mark Mothersbaugh doing that. Oh, and the animation, which I always liked, the original classic Kasupo Rugrats animation, and it was funny seeing Angelica get scared, especially Grandpa Lou. Very just some funny, and I like how the Rugrats kind of fight back, kind of teaches there's some lesson, and they're only babies and a toddler. This was another one I really loved growing up, and it's the Fairly Odd Parents and Scary Godparents. This is kind of like, Nightmare in Retroville, but it's not a gadget making you into your costumes. It's, Cosmo and Wanda, and I really love the aspect of making your costume scary, and again, like making the costume the creature you are, or the costume you are. And I love that aspect in horror movies. I love that aspect in shows. You know, I just like that aspect where you are the creature. You know, Halloween Town 2 did it really good. So yeah, I always love this. I think this is one of Butch Hartman's best, I think better episodes of any show he's done. Well, that and Channel Chasers. And my number one favorite Nickelodeon Halloween cartoon episode, show, whatever you want to call it, is the pilot episode of All Real Monsters, The Switching Hour. I always loved this. I always loved this show, always loved this episode. If one thing, that Nikki character looks a lot like Ben Savage from Little Monsters. I love the chemistry between Ickis and that kid. There's another kid, I think his name is Jake. I like the introduction to the monsters. I love how the animation it has a very like haunted twist to it than the usual Rugrats Rocket Power. So that's really cool. There were some scary elements with this show, and I loved it. I loved every single minute of it, every single moment. And so yeah, those are my top 5 favorite Nickelodeon Halloween cartoon episodes.